All right, welcome to Creator Hardware, and today we're talking about the best cameras for YouTubers in 2021. Think media is wrong. This is Creator Hardware, where we talk about the equipment and software to make online content. All right, if you haven't seen it, Think Media did a video explaining the top 5 beginner cameras. And in some of their instances, they're just wrong. We're going to talk about one of the reasons why they're wrong in some of their recommendations. All right, first off, cell phones. They're right. If you're going to start a YouTube channel, it is the easiest, quickest, least amount of investment possible. It's the cheapest way to get into making content. Take that cell phone you've already got, add a microphone to it, some sort of stand, boom, you're making content. I can't agree with that anymore. It is the best, cheapest way to start making content. But let's talk about what I don't agree with. GoPro. Now, I started my main channel with a GoPro. It was a horrible, horrible, horrible decision. It is a niche camera. It is not a camera for doing everything. It is a very niche camera. This is a camera that is best suited to strap it on your head, skiing down a mountain, strap into a car, getting B-roll shots, basically. That is where this really shines, is in those situations. Is a main camera, is it easy to use? Yes. Turn it on, hit record. The problem I have with it is it's $500 and you get almost no flexibility. As your skills improve, this becomes a huge limiting factor. And that's why I don't think this is a good choice for a beginning camera. Again though, if you're doing skiing down a mountain, those kind of shots, great option. If that's what you're planning on doing, well then yes, it is a good option. But a lot of people don't do that. Vlogging, the in-body stabilization's good. Biggest problem I have with it is, well, the ecosystem. Everything's an add-on. You got to buy a case, you got to buy this, you got to buy that. You break the little legs on the newer ones, you're screwed. This is an older one, by the way. This is literally the camera I started my main channel with. So let's talk about the real world of content creation. And that is really simple. You date the body. You marry the lens. The lenses are, well, how you increase your ability to make the shots you want to make. And investing in a camera that doesn't have a lens is going to be a detriment as you go forward. So I highly recommend a camera with a replaceable lens. Now, they recommended the ZV-E10, which has these literal same lenses on it. And the E-mount for Sony is a great ecosystem. I'm in it. This is an A6600 kit lens, which is what comes with most of them. You can get other lenses for different shots. So that is a camera I actually do highly recommend. If you're doing live streaming, plug and play, great option. The older model without replaceable lenses, mediocre starting point. It is a point and shoot. It does offer some flexibility, but you're limited by the lens. The lens is going to be a huge factor as you go forward. You start figuring out, oh, I want this shot. I can't get that with this camera. I have to buy a new camera. And that is one of the things that when you're choosing a camera, date the body, marry the lens. Now, to give a great example of that, I own an A6600 and an A6400. My main channel is shot with an A6400, and I have an A6600 for this channel. Newer camera, wanted to go with the newer features so I could review it, but I have a full selection of lenses. Now, the M50 is a camera I slightly disagree with, only because of a more limited lens selection, because they use the EFM mount. and 4K is kind of useless on the Mark II. It will be a much better choice because you can get speed boosters to adapt it to regular Canon lenses. For example, a regular Canon lens is much more readily available, much more options. What they didn't talk about is used. Used is a great way to get a good camera on a budget. Look around the used market. Obviously make sure there's, it works and that kind of stuff, but refurbished on even Amazon could be a really good deal. You can get some good pricing on equipment as long as you understand, date the body, marry the lens. Decide what lens system you want to go with. That's the important thing. Figure out the perfect lens setup for you that offers the most amount of options. I mean, the Canon lenses are amazing and relatively affordable versus Sony's full frame lenses are ungodly expensive. So there's options out there. Pick yourself up a A6400 used, and guess what? You've got a great camera. I mean, you've got a great ecosystem as well. A6600, A6400s are amazing cameras for really not that much money. The A6400 will be a great camera for most content creators. Looking around for a used A6400, because the kit lens right here is a really good lens for $200. I own 2 of them. My main channel is shot with a stock kit lens. This channel I use a Sigma lens on it, but I have the kit lens. But it's a great lens for a beginning content creator. So don't be afraid to look at the used market. I'm gonna be a little snarky here because they can't link it in the description. But used is definitely something you want to look at. Let's say you're deciding on an older camera. Well, all those reviews on YouTube are going to still be relevant. You're looking at an A6400. Guess what? The camera still works the same. It's still a great camera. They came out with an A6600 though, but do you need the latest and greatest? No, but you can get a deal on an A6400 and have a great camera shooting in 4K. So that's why I disagree with Think Media. They went all new and not ideal in a lot of situations. The GoPro is such a niche camera, should not be your go-to for anything other than strapping it somewhere. That's where it shines. To use the Mythbusters, strapping it on a dash and blowing it up. That's where it's ideal. Not trying to create content with. So as always, hit record, hit upload. Thanks for watching. This is Creator Hardware.